Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, Sam.
Are you ready to school us today?
Oh, okay. The pressure's on.
Yeah.
I am ready to school you today, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you came in swinging.
Yeah, I came in pretty fucking prepared. I got my laptop, you know?
All right.
Where are my glasses? Don't know. That's per usual.
Take her away.
Let me snort my snot.
Hey, man, we got to have the snot sucker thing for babies that we can use on you as well.
Oh, God, I wonder if it would work, though.
I honestly think it probably would. I've heard that it's very effective.
Okay.
You should do it to yourself.
No! Oh, my God. Oh, the thought of, like, sucking my child's snot. Like, I know that once I'm a mother, I'm probably going to be, like, right up in there.
It has a filter in it.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't go into your mouth.
Oh, this makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a siphon situation where it's like, oops, hope that doesn't go in my mouth. And then you just like spit it out like it was your own loogie.
The fact that you're even bringing up siphoning because that was something that people actually did in our hometown.
Oh, yeah, they did do that. They did siphon gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I was on Reddit again.
Yeah.
So I was on Reddit. I'm always on Reddit. I'm like at night. That's what I do. And I came across this thread that was Ask Reddit. And it was like, what are some scientific facts that just like creep you out? And so there's this big thread. And I was like, I feel like this would just be fun for me sort of thing to like research and then teach you. So I did take a couple of the topics and I kind of just like expanded on them because the topics were like so short. It was like one thing about this one thing, and I was like, but I want to know more.
This can't be a podcast.
Well, no, but I also wanted to know more because I'm like, okay, you're telling me this one thing about this like one animal or whatever, but now I want to know more. I'm like, where did they like originate? Like, where do they live? Like, how do they like mate? You know what I'm saying? I'm crying.
How do they mate? You know? Have you ever seen slugs mating?
No.
It's fucking wild, bro.
What do they do?
It's like this specific type of slug. They might all mate like this, but they like hang from a tree and they like twine around each other, and then their like weird blue penises come out and they like twine around each other. It's fucking bizarre.
Whoa.
I know.
Like they've got like some freaky like positions going on.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
It's leopard slugs.
Oh, okay.
Then suddenly.
Ew, on a rope of mucus.
Yeah, that's how I do it too.
They kind of made this like really sensual.
Yeah.
It's like Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, with weenies, yeah. All right, sorry.
Anyway, that's how leopard slugs mate.
Mm-hmm.
So, I picked these topics. I'm going to teach you about them. You know, I'm not a fucking scientist, all right? I just, like, Googled some shit. So,
I'd be interested to go through and find out how many times we disclose what careers we aren't in.
But, like, you know, take what I say with a grain of salt. Like, yeah, I could be using, like, a little bit of wrong wording or something. But, you know, the overall picture is right.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Let me present to you my first dive into the scientific animal kingdom. Okay? Anglerfish.
Are they all animals?
No.
Oh, okay.
But this is, like, one animal. I left an animal to the end because I have to put a disclaimer before it because when I was researching it, I was like, oh, if I had heard this on a podcast, I would have been like, how fucking dare you not warn me? Okay. So I had to put it at the end or else the animals would be together.
Okay.
Anglerfish. Have you heard of these?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I didn't know what they were called.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you knew them. Like, you knew the...
Yeah, well, because of Finding Nemo.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Okay. So anglerfish... hideous. Oh, yeah, I sent you a video of them last night. Anyway, hideous creatures, okay? Like, no shade. You know what I mean? But, like, a little bit fucking ugly. However...
Well, they're in the depths, man.
But this is the thing that I didn't know, is there's, like, 200 species of anglerfish.
There you go.
Okay, so there are a few that, like... This is the thing. I think the anglerfish, like, get a bad rep because of Finding Nemo. If nobody's seen it, there's, like...
Spoiler
alert, there's an anglerfish. The one that's represented in Finding Nemo is like this big, ugly ass fucking big tooth with like a little glowing bulb, which I'll tell you about later. But I feel like that misrepresented anglerfish as a whole because there's 200 species. So it's like, why, you know, you can't just like go by this one that lives like 2 miles, 3 miles under the sea.
Well, and also beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know.
I don't know that anybody beholds that. That deep sea anglerfish is pretty fucking, that would give me nightmares if I was a kid.
It's unique.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, anglerfish.
Yeah.
It is unique. So they live in the depths of the Atlantic and the Antarctic oceans, up to a mile down. But some do live in shallow tropical climates.
Ooh.
Okay, so you could come across possibly an anglerfish, but doubtful that it would be like one of the ugly ones, because those are the ones that live like way fucking down there.
Yeah.
Like they're in the depths. Okay, you can actually eat anglerfish.
Even all flavors, all kinds.
From what I was researching, because I researched because when you look at these things, you're like, oh, that would kill me for sure. Like it looks like a freaking piranha. Does it? That's what I imagine piranhas looking like, but maybe not. So I researched, can anglerfish kill you? Across the board, no. Wow. Because like they are really like dangerous fish to other fish because they're so like sneaky. But they're so small. Like they can eat fish that are up to their size.
Are they small?
Well, okay, so this is the thing. Because there's so many species, there's some that are like 12 inches. And then there's some that are 3 fucking feet.
Oh, shit.
Okay? So it's like, but still, I mean, a 3-foot anglerfish still couldn't like digest. Maybe a kid. I don't know. But it couldn't like eat a grown human like you or I.
I could try.
5-6 situation. But also, I'm pretty sure from what I researched, like the bigger ones live like deeper down. But maybe not. Don't know. Because I did see like them preparing an anglerfish, which did look quite large. But anyway, so you can eat them. It seems like the Japanese really enjoy anglerfish. Okay, so that's where like I got my sources for how they prepare the anglerfish was from, I think that this was actually like a Japanese restaurant's website that I was on.
Oh, perfect.
I was like looking it up because anglerfish are like slimy as hell. So they can't just like cutting board chop fillet this shit. They have
to give them a good rinse.
No, this is what they do, much like the slugs. Okay, they hang them from a hook. They're like, you know what I mean, like on a little string hook situation, and then they like clean and gut the fish vertical.
Oh,
yeah, interesting, because they're like so slimy, like that you wouldn't be able to. So that was kind of interesting to me. The Japanese call it Anko. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's Anko, and it's considered a high grade fish.
Oh.
Okay, and objectively, the best part of the fish is the liver, which is the fattiest part, however, but it's considered the foie gras of the sea.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Popular ways to eat anglerfish is anglerfish hot pot or fried anglerfish. It's low in calories, and it was said that it was popular among women because it was like low in calories and the fat content was so low, except for the liver, which the liver content was, obviously quite high.
I hate when you go to a hot pot and someone fucking tosses in seafood.
Oh, yeah.
It just ruins the whole, like, unless you're like, I should disclose by saying that I'm vegetarian. So,
yeah.
Like, it's one thing when someone cooks, like, beef in there. Like, I'd still rather not, but, like, it doesn't, like, flavor it, really.
Yeah.
Throw some shrimp in there.
Yeah.
Now you got a shrimp soup.
Yeah. Well, I actually don't eat fish. Not because I'm against it. I'm just, like, I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
For some reason, like, most of my boyfriends have been, like, very seafood forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with Matt, though. Matt's really into that fucking tuna, man.
He does love the tuna.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, they can get up to 3 feet, but most are 12 inches. The females...
That's what they all fucking say.
Yeah. What kind of anglerfish you got going on there? So the females come in many shapes and sizes, but the males are like outrageously small in comparison.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
It's same Black Widows too, man.
Yeah, because Black Widows are like the cool ones.
Yeah, they fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. This is the thing, is like, why did we not take from the animal kingdom where like the females are always the dopest? Anyway.
Well, we certainly did.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
This is why I was excited to tell you about the anglerfish, this coming up, because I immediately was reading this and I was like, oh, Sam's gonna fucking love this. Even that point, so I know. So to mate, okay, the male attaches themselves, they bite the female, okay? You don't love that, just wait.
I think I might know this, but go on.
Okay, so they bite the female, and then basically they start to atrophy, and so like the female essentially digests them.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like hanging on by the bottom, and so it's just this like tiny ass little anglerfish, and then this big ass like objectively ugly female anglerfish, And he's just like disintegrating within her until all that's left is like his testicles, you know, which
as it should be.
Yeah, and then so they like climb up. I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't know. They like the little spermies like climb up because that's all that's left of the male, and then the male's just like, see ya. You know, like I'm dead.
Yeah.
All I am is like testicles.
It just really cuts to the chase of like, let's just like leave out the pomp and frills, you know?
Yeah, like just bite me and disintegrate.
Let's fucking go. Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that you would really like that. I wrote, and then he is just ... balls. So anyway, I thought that was funny. But yeah, deep sea anglerfish, they collect like glowy bacteria. They have this little like dangly dang that hang in the back of their throat. They have this little like dangler that comes out of their head. And it like, I'm doing like motions for those just listening. But anyway, it comes like out of their head. They can collect shit on there. Okay, so oftentimes...
Going around cotton swapping.
Yes. What a good way to put it.
Thank you.
So oftentimes they'll collect this like glowy bacteria to like light up the night, but it's like the deep sea. And this can attract their prey, but they can also... I was watching this video. It was like they called it a pashmina, but it was like a piece of like floating shit. Anyway, they can collect other stuff to like taunt their prey. And so this one little shrimp was like trying to eat this thing, and then the anglerfish was like...
Can they like turn on and off the glow or no?
No, I don't think so, because the bacteria is like bioluminescent.
So the bioluminescence isn't coming from the fish itself, it's collecting it from other places.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
there are some fish that just are bioluminescent.
Yeah, they're so
weird.
So this bacteria, they're like going around and being like, and they collect it, and that's what's glowy. Like the anglerfish isn't like glowing itself.
What is it that it's attracting the bacteria to that spot only?
Gosh, I just don't know. Like I wonder if it has like I didn't research it, but I'm just wondering now if it has almost like a Velcro like type situation, like these little like.
The tragic part of all of this is that if Carson Kirkwood didn't ruin my dreams, I could be answering these questions for you because I would be a marine biologist.
Right.
Yeah.
What episode is that in?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
But if you missed it, Carson Kirkwood ruined my dreams.
Yeah.
I said we were going around like it was like in grade 5 or grade 6 or something, but maybe younger. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it was when we were like in elementary school still, and we were going around like telling people like what we wanted to be for a career, and I said marine biologist, and he was like, "Do you want a family?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well, you can't have one if you're a marine biologist because you'll be on the sea for like months at a time."
Like, who even knows that, though? Like, I didn't know that about marine
And
biologists.
then he went up and he was like, I want to be a marine biologist. Like, fucking of course he did. You don't want a family. Okay, great.
That's why he knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so they can, like, and worms. They can have little worms on their little dangly dang, too.
Does the dangly dang have fingers, or do they just, like, whoop?
So I'm just wondering, like I said, like, I wonder if it's almost like a, like, jumping cactus situation.
Like there's prickles or something?
Yeah, that, like...
Okay.
But then you'd wonder, like, does other shit get in there that you don't, like, want? And then do you have to, like, clean off your little dangler?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the answer, but, yeah, that's all the information that I have on anglerfish. But I mostly pulled that one because I wanted to tell you that the female basically, like, digests the male.
Yeah, I like that.
In order to get impregnated.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what black widows do.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they mate and then kill their...
Oh, yeah, they do kill them.
Yeah.
But I just, like, this to me is almost like the male chose it. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
They knew their place in, like, such a big way.
Yeah, it's not like, oh my god, murder. They're just like, oh, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
Now I wait to die.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, that's what I have on anglerfish. This one was, like, interesting to me because I do actually, like, know about... Obviously, everybody knows what a fever is, but I got really interested in, like, the things that are happening in your body sort of thing. I'm just going to tell you about fevers, basically.
Okay.
Okay. So, like, normal-ish body temperature, as most of us know, is, like, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. We fluctuate about 1 degree above or below. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever watch Osmosis Jones?
No.
Oh, wow. Great film.
Did I?
I can't see you not. I mean, I feel like that was a childhood classic.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I'm going to have to look it up
All
after
right.
this. So, yeah, we fluctuate about 1 degree above or below. And a fever is when body temperature rises above the normal range. So, like, above, like, the 99 or, like, not below the 96. That's not a fever.
Yeah, no.
And it's low body temperature. The presence of a fever is usually part of the body's immune response system. So it senses an invader, like a virus or a bacteria, and then it raises the temperature to make it like an unwelcome home. I wrote for
They sweat them out.
For them shits. I was writing these notes at like 11 p.m. A little delirious. I'm like, raises the temperature
Medical
for
term.
them shits. Yeah, so it's basically like, I don't want you here. Let me like smoke you out. You know what I mean? However, there are things like the abuse of amphetamines, alcohol withdrawal, and like heat stroke and stuff like that. Those can also cause high temperatures.
So hold on. Sorry, I have more questions. So alcohol actually raises... I'm not surprised by that because like I remember like, you know, people being cold and being like, I just need a couple drinks in me sort of thing. But I don't know that I fully knew that like it actually was raising your body temperature.
So alcohol withdrawal.
Oh.
But alcohol, so this is what I understand from alcohol in general is it affects blood pressure.
Yeah, because I thought it was more so that like you're not actually not cold. You just don't feel cold anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd have to look into that a little bit more. But
right.
From what I understand, it like has to do with like raising your blood pressure. And so like you feel warmer because your blood's like...
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, but this is like
right.
alcohol withdrawal.
Okay.
So here's the thing too, is like I did, as I've mentioned so many times in the podcast, I did take like 3 years of university. Was it 3 years or 2 years? Now I can't remember. Anyway, and I was in psychology, so I did learn like a lot about the brain, but like where is that information? So when I'm like researching this stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, like this thing, I'm sort of like the temporal lobe. Anyway, the temporal lobe has nothing to do with this. It's the hypothalamus. Okay. So the hypothalamus sits at the base of the brain, and it acts as the body's thermostat. Is one of its actions. I don't know if it does more. Don't come for me. But it gets triggered by a floating biochemical substance called pyrogens. So then I went to look up pyrogens, okay? I can't explain them. There's like different pyrogens, okay? There's like exogenous and endogenous or something like that. I don't know. I know that we have like biochemists that watch the podcast, and they're probably like, oh my God, Alyssa. I can't explain it. So anyway, pyrogens. That's what I'm going with.
We need like a on-site biochemist at all times.
Just to step in third mic. Pyrogens are.
Just a fact check.
In here, I literally wrote pyrogens were too confusing for me to explain. But they travel through the bloodstream, okay, to the place where the immune system has alerted. So these like little pyrogens are like going to the place where there's like an infection or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like the viruses. And then they take that information and they're like back to the hypothalamus, which then is like, okay, incinerator. so it's like these little
Let's crank up the heat, boys.
Yeah, these little pyrogens are like little messengers. They like, so that's the thing. They're like little snitches on the virus or the bacteria. They're like, oh, okay. They're like collecting this information, secret spies. And then they go up to the hypothalamus and they're like, light it up.
Yeah.
I literally wrote, hey boss, trouble in paradise here. Crank up the heat.
You're like in a very different mind space, I can tell, while writing these notes.
I had just come back from the gym. I was like really like hopped up,
fired up.
Serotonin, obviously, endorphins. Okay, anyway. So yeah, when the hypothalamus is notified, it tells the body to up the heat, but also retain heat. Okay? Children get a higher and quicker fever because their immune system is inexperienced. So like these pyrogens and the immune system, like they just don't have as much time knowing how to work together. Because I was always like, why do like kids' fevers always spike so high and it's always like fucking like 0 to 100 real quick, you know?
Yeah.
That's why.
We do a slow roast.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like to marinate our steaks first. But yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. It's because it's just inexperienced. So this kind of like begged the question to me because to me this is like, okay, so like my body is like now at like war with this situation, right? But I have always like taken things to lower my fever because when I was a kid, not even a kid, but even up until like I think 16 or 17, I would get fevers that were like 104, like really bad. And when I was looking, it was like 105 is kind of like there's some shit that's like actually gonna like cause you long-term damage sort of thing. And if your fever gets too high, like really bad shit can happen, like seizures and what else did I write here? Like delirium, like it's pretty crazy. You don't want to go above the threshold. But that like begs the question to me, okay, well, if your body is actually trying to
go to that level,
you know, like kill it, like if it's a low grade fever, like should we not, you know, should we not kill the fever? And this is not medical advice at all, but like from my research, it kind of looks like, you know, yeah, wait it out sort of thing, unless it gets to a point, because then it's like, oh, you're in the danger fucking zone.
Okay, so when you get to the, I'm not sure if you know or not, but like when you get to the danger zone, is that just like a result of like your body's like trying so hard to like get rid of this thing, or like we don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I know for me, whenever I would get those high fevers, it was just strep throat. But like there's people who get strep throat and their fever only goes to like 100.
Yeah. You
know, but mine would be like 104 and my veins are like collapsing. They can't get a needle in there sort of thing. There was one time where like I was so dehydrated because I couldn't drink and my hands were going like this. They were like because there was
shrinking inward.
Yeah, because there wasn't enough like water or something like that, and they were trying to get a vein, but all my veins had like collapsed, and they were like, "Oh God!" They were very like calm because they were professionals, but I was.
Oh God! What do we do? You're like, I don't know. Fuck.
They had to put it like so high, and I was in the ambulance. And it was like the IV was like smacking me in the face, but it was so delirious. Like I was like fainting and shit like that, like beforehand.
How old were you?
I think I was
27. It was last week.
No, I think I was like 12 or 13. Maybe my mom would probably know better.
Wow, you had a really fucking harrowing childhood.
Yes. But also yes. That's why I've always tried to get my tonsils out, because I got sick so bad. Like it was. I ended up in the hospital. When is that shit happening? Sorry, I went to the hospital 3 times. I don't have the call yet. Oh. They have to call me and tell me when it's my time. When it's my time to be tribute.
It's your time, Alyssa.
That's what they said. They said, we'll call you when it's time. Okay, thanks. Anyway, I'm just waiting.
Your doctor just wakes up and he's like, today. It's time.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested because to me, it's like the body does so many things to like attack itself kind of thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Like it's just so weird. Even like migraines we know so little about. Yeah. You know, and it's like is it connected to like the trigeminal nerve, and like then there's trigeminal neuralgia, and there's all these like autoimmune diseases, and I'm just like, it's so weird that your body can just be like, nope.
Just the brain in general is like, yeah, we know so little about, and it's so crazy. But that was like when my brother was in the hospital because he has brain injury. And it was just crazy that like the ways in which like your body just like starts to heal itself kind of thing, and even that like your body will go into a coma sometimes to like protect itself. Like it's like the body is so bizarre, man. It's so crazy. When I was reading too that there were like it was like you could be like completely healthy and your body just decides nope. Like what? Just cause. Yeah. It's had enough. It has, yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. Body's weird. Anyway, that's what I have about fevers. What was the original fact? What was the original fact? I think it was just that like a fever is your body trying to kill the virus. I think it wasn't a very interesting fact, which is why I wanted to like, I mean, because obviously, you know, that was my kind of thing. But I wanted to know more. Like I was like, okay, but how? Yeah. That's my problem. Like, that's why I hate people who are like, because I said so. No, that's not how I work. I work on the how. I'm like, okay, I don't really take any more information. Yeah, I don't take things at like face value unless you can tell me why or how. Because if you don't know why or how, then it's probably, you probably didn't do the research. I don't know that I even approach it from like that combative of a level, but like just out of like pure interest. Like, I'd like to know more about that thing. Obviously, you don't know shit about this if you didn't do the research and you can't answer my questions. As I'm here, like, not sure, unsure. I have no idea. If you can't tell me even one thing about the... Tell me one fact about anglerfish right now. Whatever. Because this is Alyssa at bars. They're like, fuck, I don't know.
This is the thing. I'm getting on a soapbox. But we live in a society where you can just like scroll Facebook or something and read one thing from like your distant like cousins, friends, uncles, aunts, whatever. I don't know if that made sense. But then you take it as like gospel. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay, so now you're telling me that like toe fungus is more dangerous than cancer?
Yeah. For instance.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
Tell me why and some facts surrounding that. You know what I mean?
I heard a good quote, actually. Unfortunate that it's from Woody Allen, but it is from Woody Allen. He said, it doesn't matter what the truth is. It matters what is believed. And it's fucking true, man, unfortunately. I mean, it should matter what the truth is, but alas.
Yeah.
It does not.
I think actually, because that was actually a real thing that happened to me. Someone said that they didn't say more dangerous. They said deadlier. It kills more people a year.
Millions of families suffer every year, Alyssa.
From toe fungus. I was like, I'm going to need you to give me some facts. Anyway, this is the thing is like, I've been hurt too many times by
misinformation.
Yeah, I was going to say something meaner, but.
All right.
Yeah. Moving on.
I did not like the way you adjusted that, Mike. I don't know what's coming here.
No. It's not the bad one yet.
Okay.
Maybe the last one is only bad to me, though. Like, maybe I'm just... Because you know me. Like, I have weird shit. Yeah. So maybe it's only me that's like, ugh.
What's next? Hit me.
Okay, so... There is this term that was coined by a man named Walter Cannon. He was a pioneer in biological psychology. So he coined this term, Voodoo Death. Okay, and the idea was he was studying these people who believed that certain fruits and stuff like that were like cursed or hexed. And he found this one woman in New Zealand, and she had eaten this piece of fruit that she later found out was a taboo. She found out it was from a taboo place. Okay. So she ate this fruit, didn't know that it was from a taboo place, right? Like she was like innocently trying to just eat this fruit. And then she found out.
Trying to eat a fucking fruit, man.
Yeah. And then she found out and she died within 24 hours of finding out that this fruit was cursed. So the critical factor to his idea of voodoo death is that the person knows of the curse. For me too, there are so many religions and stuff like that like believe in just different things and different cultures and stuff like that. So that's not what like, you know, like that is kind of like, but I don't have that knowledge. Yeah. So I kind of like left that in the dust. I was like, you know, not my place. However, this is what was interesting to me is because of this, there was this man in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. So Cannon's beliefs kind of like not, it's like poorly studied sort of thing because in today's day and age, there's like technology. As per Psychology Today, they said that like witchcraft isn't collectively like believed sort of thing. And so there's not a whole lot that we can do to like study this idea that it's our perception of the curse that can actually kill us. But this is a newer thing is that they believe that doctors may have a similar effect as what Cannon has coined the voodoo death. So they believe in this article from Psychology Today that just the diagnosis of a terminal illness can shorten someone's lifespan.
I'm not surprised though. It's kind of like reverse placebo effect. Right? Yeah.
And they also kind of like wanted to mention that the way that your family and friends treat you amplifies this. So it's not just that you believe it, but it's that your entire circle is starting to treat you as though you will, you know,
be biting the dust in a short amount of time.
Be biting the dust in a short amount of time. And again, they also stated that it's amplified when you have this, like, you have 3 months to live. Or
like a specific time.
So there was this case of a man in Nashville, Tennessee. So he got this news that he had a massive tumor in his liver, and then he only had a few months to live. His goal, though, was just to make it until Christmas so that he could, like, spend the holidays with his family. But he was out of the hospital by October. I don't know when he got diagnosed, but I'm assuming it was, like they diagnosed him. He only had a few months to live, so I'm assuming it was, like, September or something like that. So in October, he was out of the hospital. He was improving, and then Christmas came and went, and then he was readmitted just after New Year's Day and died 24 hours later. However, after his autopsy, they realized that the liver scan had been botched and he actually only had one small nodule of cancer on his liver, which could not have killed him.
Oh, shit. And did he tell his whole family about it and stuff?
Yeah, everybody knew, yeah. But that's the thing, is because you have this whole...
like, notion that you're going to die.
Yeah, and everybody's treating you as such. And to me, this was why it was so interesting to me, is because, like, there's so many things that can attack your body from your mind, like stress.
Heartbreak.
Yeah. There's so many things that, like, actually do cause physical symptoms that are created from the mind.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this makes so much sense to me. And furthermore, it makes sense to me that, like, cancer patients, for instance, I kind of go back to cancer because I have experience with it, because my dad passed away from cancer. Family members who are, like, visiting the patients and stuff like that tend to live longer. The ones that, you know, treat them kind of the same sort of thing. And I know, like, my dad did have one of those timelines. Like, he was just trying to make it to his birthday sort of thing. And then he changed it. He was just trying to make it to my birthday sort of thing. And then he died just like, I think it was like 2 weeks after my birthday. But it's interesting because it's like, it is so interesting. Like, I don't want to, like, speak for him and, like, what he thought, but like, for me, like, I took care of him, so I feel like I know pretty well. But he was, like, going, like, pretty, you know, downhill pretty quickly, and then he got, like, a resurgence. And I'm wondering if that's when he changed his mindset to, I'm not just trying to make it to my birthday, I'm trying to make it to my daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know, can't say. But it's now, after reading this, because I didn't really, like, fully think about that too much, I was like, can you really mentally overcome something like that? Like, no, you can't mentally cure cancer, but
You can't cure it. But I think I do think, like, again, going back to the brain, I feel like it's a mysterious thing, man.
It's so powerful.
It does a lot more than we think it does. That actually makes me curious, like, on average, not to be grim, but, like, on average, I wonder if people that, like, have struggled with mental illness for, like, an extended period of time, like, does that cause long-term effects, even if, like, you're treated? Does that cause long-term effects in terms of, like, how long you may live or not?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I don't know. That, to me, makes me wonder, too, like if you sit in it, like, for anxiety, for me, for example, if I just sit in my anxiety and I'm like, I have anxiety, like, does that make it worse than if I'm like, you know, like, I will get through this, like, everything's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's, like, obviously, like, positive, like, affirmations or whatever. But I wonder if there's, like, more, if there's actual science to that, like, if they've done studies somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard because it's, like, it's subjective.
Yeah.
So it's not really something that you can, like,
Yeah.
dose somebody with only this much anxiety.
Yeah, but I wouldn't, like, it is just, like, even, like, with stress, like, I think people do underestimate, like, how much stress can take, like, a physical toll on your body.
Yeah.
Or, like, lack of sleep, or, you know, all of those things. So I do wonder how much, like, mindset does. Positive vibes only.
Well, and, like, I mean, there is a thing, like, of, like, toxic positivity, for sure. Especially in our freaking society right now. It's like, okay, let me just feel, though.
Yeah.
Because these feelings are real. But I do know that with meditation and stuff like that, bringing in gratitude and teaching yourself how to be grateful, basically, it can improve your livelihood.
I'm pretty sure that meditation is, like, scientifically proven. Yeah.
Yeah, it is scientific. Yeah, because it remaps things. Now I'm like,
it sure does.
But I did go through 300 hours of learning it, and that's what I can come up with. It remaps things.
So true.
But no, there is actual science behind meditation, and it's, like, freaking wild. But yeah, I don't know. That just, like, begged so many questions to me, like, just on the brain itself.
Yeah.
Like, what we are capable of. I just don't know.
I feel like there's so many stories, though, too, of people, like, holding on until, like, this specific minute and, you know, like, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Which also, though, I mean, when you're in so much pain and stuff like that, it's, like, not to compare it to the same thing, but, you know, like, when you're, like, working really hard and you're just, like, oh, you're just holding on until you can go on vacation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's, like, okay, so you can make it to that finish, but thinking about having to make it any further is, like, almost impossible.
Yeah, well, and it's, like, when you kind of, like, reach, like, that moment of, like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
But just so interesting that man, I mean, sure, that's only one case of it, and it was, like, midnight by this point, so I didn't actually look further. he could have had.
There has been exactly one documented case of this.
Yeah, no, but it,
Yeah.
but there were other links to the, it wasn't a claim, it was like a fact that there were studies that just the diagnosis of a terminal illness can
That doesn't
shorten the
surprise me
lifespan.
in the least.
Yeah. Just wild. But anyway, this man, like, sure, he could have had like an aneurysm rupture or like whatever. I didn't look into like what his actual cause of death was, but interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I'm assuming because they put it in the Psychology Today article, it was like undetermined.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's the same thing for like with like curses around people entering into like pyramids and stuff. And like there were so many people that died after like doing archaeological digs and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it's placebo too.
But the thing is, obviously completely different, but like I am a little superstitious. I don't know if it's a part of like...
But is it enough to kill you?
No, but like I wonder how many things I have brought into my life by doing that. By being like whatever. Like, remember when I told you I used to have to say like bridge. Like when I would go over a bridge, and if I didn't know what would happen, but like something would happen. Like I wonder.
I've decided that if I do not stop doing this, it will result in something bad. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna find out.
But that is like I'm pretty sure that that's a common thought among people with OCD. I'm not saying I have OCD. I have not been diagnosed with OCD. It's just weird that like I had these like weird tendencies sort of thing. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I just thought it was like bizarre, and I will keep researching that.
Yeah.
Because like the brain just interests me so much. Anyway, this is the last one. Okay.
Hit me.
Oh gosh. I just need to give a disclaimer. If like things like weird you out, knowing certain things like bugs specifically, just click off the podcast now. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just not worth it. Like I literally was like itching my face whilst trying to do this. I'm probably like hyping it up more than it is. For me, this was like I almost didn't sleep. Okay, we all kind of know this already, but it's just weird to like re-bring it up. Mites that live on your face.
Yeah.
Okay, so almost every adult human has them. They're called demodex or eyelash mites. Okay. They're invisible to the naked eye.
I'm pretty sure you're more likely to get them too if you have eyelash extensions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because it's like better breeding ground for them. They're like, fuck yeah.
A little bungalow.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, though.
No problem.
They're about 0.3 millimeters long. So it would take 5 adult demodex mites to span over like a pinhead. Okay, they're really fucking small.
Okay.
This is what gets me. Having 8 legs, they are technically arachnids.
Oh, gross.
So it's like, you know how much I hate spiders. These mites also live on the hairs in your pores, and they eat your grease.
Not eating it in my fucking acne.
Well, and that's the thing, right? It's like pretty fucking rude, because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you'd think that you would like go to town, you know? You'd think that you would like lunch it out.
There's a whole buffet south of the fucking mouth border, man.
Well, and exactly. That's me too. South of the mouth border. Come south of the border with me. Okay, so here's the thing. They also have to like survive, so they also have to mate. So
they're mating on your face, bro.
So during the day, so right now, these mites.
No.
Yeah.
You said most adults have this, not all of them.
97.3%.
That's, I don't know. I feel like I might fall in that ladder.
Okay, well, sure. So during the day, right now, they are
on your face for sure. Because of the eyelash extensions.
That's not how it works.
It might be.
Okay. So they're inside your pores, okay? So they burrow down.
And they fucking.
No.
Okay.
They burrow down. They're sleeping.
Oh.
They're sleeping in
now
your
you're
pores.
making it seem cute. And you're like, I'm horrified.
I am horrified. Anyway, right now they're sleeping. They're inside your pores. They're sleeping. At night, when you're sleeping, that's when they come out to play. So I'm itching my face. So they crawl out to your skin's surface and just start going at it on your skin.
All over the place.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know why they can't mate in the pores, but like a lot of them inhabit the same pore. So like I think it was like half a dozen, but there's like still room for more in there. So there could be like 6. That's what it
There's fucking room for more in here. Come on in, Dave.
That's what it said. So there's like 6 of them in one pore. So it's like a tight, cramped little like thing. I guess it's not
That's
super,
how they like it.
Yeah, it's not super conducive for like mating. So they climb out onto the skin's surface, and that's when they mate. So at night, like if you've ever like leaned over and kissed your partner's face like while they're sleeping at night, you're probably kissing.
You're dropping an orgy right on their face.
Well, like, yeah, that, or you're kissing an orgy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because, like, your partner, 97.3% of adults.
So why is it that only some people?
I didn't look into that further, unfortunately.
Okay.
I wonder if it's, like, a genetic thing that, like, you secrete something that they don't like. I don't know. But, yeah, it said 97.3%.
I mean, if they're attracted to grease, I wonder if it's the people that have, like, extremely dry skin that they're less attracted to.
Maybe.
In which case, again, I'm in the clear.
Yeah, true. So that's what's interesting about these mites too. They're not found on babies. So it's thought that they receive them through contact with adults.
Okay, so you pass them along like bed bugs or whatever.
That's
lice.
Lice, yeah, that sort of thing. So the mites live for about 2 weeks, and they pose no risk to humans unless there's like a real infestation, which then they can cause demodicosis or demotic mange. Okay. In humans, this can cause like a red or white sheen on the skin and is usually associated with a decline in the immune system. So you basically like, it's pretty like apparent that you have this like mange. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I looked it up and it's like, I feel like you would know. You know what I mean? Interestingly enough, though, these mites have no anus. So thankfully, it's pretty like respectful. They don't shit on your face. But they die with their poop. And then they basically just disintegrate. They get like probably eaten up or like swept away. I don't know. But that's what, when I looked up what happens to them when they die, it said they disintegrate.
Okay, so they like decomposed on your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's like fertilizer for your face.
Yeah.
Don't know. Anyway, you can like if you have like an infestation of them that's like wild, you can obviously like there's medications for it and stuff like that. But they're not like dangerous for you. Otherwise, they're just living on your face and on your eyelashes and shit. Yeah.
I don't know how to feel. I mean, I feel generally fine because it's not like I can feel or see them.
But that's like my problem is like I'm picturing them now. Like I'm picturing them like.
Yeah. And what if you didn't have them, but now you got them from Danny?
Well, he does have a lot of hair.
He does have a lot of hair. Although then again, you do have eyelash extension and a lot of hair.
I know.
It could be any one of you.
Oh, it could be.
Wow.
Well, and this is what I was thinking.
One of you brought him into my house.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It's like contact tracing for Demodex.
Yeah.
But then I was looking up because I was like, okay, but so they eat the grease on my face, but like, why not like sebum plugs? You know what I mean? I was researching sebum plugs. So then, like, I know that you're not supposed to like pick at your sebum plugs. Like you're supposed to go to a dermatologist and they'll extract them, blah, blah, blah.
That's stupid.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. I take my little tool and I'm like, doop. And it's like, will I have scarring? Maybe. I don't know. But it's like, I can't stop.
I can confirm, yes, you will.
I can stop anytime. I can stop. Anyway, then I was wondering, when I'm like popping out these sebum plugs, am I popping out a bunch of like Demodex mites?
They might be mixed in there.
Right? But then I'm like, why aren't you eating the plugs? Like, is it too hard for you? It's overcooked? You only want it in liquid form?
Maybe.
You don't want it when it's like aged like a fine cheddar?
I mean, when you put it that way, it's pretty disturbing. So I don't know that they're... Even if maybe they were thinking about it, but you just turned them off.
I don't know what it is.
They were just like, oh, God. Fuck.
Dude, sometimes those like ones that come out of my face, I'm like, how is that even in there? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to like where it fit.
Dude, I have like a big one fucking growing under here. You know when it's like a cluster and then like when you try to pop it, it's like comes out of like a couple different things?
Yeah.
No, those are the worst. I hate those ones, man. Like there's some zits that are like really like so pleasing to pop, and then there's other ones that it's just like, this is just a fucking mess.
Yeah, and then it's like you have like a scab almost.
Yeah,
and it's
God.
like, fuck. This one, I don't know if you can see it because I did my makeup, but it was like flat, but I saw that there was like, you know, when it's like, it almost looks like a pinprick. And you're like, oh, something would come out of that. So I like squeezed it. It didn't hurt or anything. Dude, I swear to God, it was like that long.
Yeah.
It was so long. I was like, where were you?
I like the ones that are like party streamers.
Yeah, those ones usually come out of like my lip line.
Yeah.
Fuck. It is like, that's like, it's annoying to me that all of the things that like bring me so much joy are like not good for me. So,
Yeah.
like sitting down and like picking at my face actually does bring me joy, but it's like so not good for you, obviously.
Dude, I mean, obviously I don't wish this, but like, you know, like the videos of like the gnarly fucking blackheads. Like I kind of wish that I got those just because like, or that I had someone at my disposal that I could like pop them on.
Right.
Because that shit's fucking satisfying.
Dude, the earwax ones get me too.
Eesh.
I love it when they take out like a big plug of earwax.
Gross.
But that's the other thing that is weird to me, because all these doctors are like, Q-tips are really bad for you. Don't stick shit in your ears. And it's like, okay, sure, I'm going to listen to a doctor. But also, anecdotal evidence, I don't know. Every earwax video that I've seen where they like take one that never used a Q-tip and then one that Q-tips their ears all the time, the one that Q-tips their ears all the time never has like a buildup of wax. And I actually have only seen a few where it's like they take cotton out. Because it's like, if you just don't go to, I don't know. I'm not giving advice.
Yeah, like
you know
I feel like
mean?
if you freaking jam it in there, then like obviously like let's be reasonable.
Yeah, and I also wet my Q-tips. So I don't put them in there dry.
Oh, I like going in dry. Yeah. Yeah, I raw dog it.
The feeling of cotton, like even the feeling of velvet, like it's crazy that I've been able to sit on this couch for this long. Like,
oh, really?
And by
You don't
that
like
I mean
velvet?
like years. No, like not on my hands. On my feet for some reason it's fine, but on my hands I can't touch it.
Oh, what do you have against velvet?
Dad, it's the texture.
I didn't know that about you.
Really?
No, I learn some new things every day on this podcast about you.
It's the same as like cotton balls.
You don't like cotton balls?
Yeah, you knew that though, because that's why I was like, I could never do this.
With what?
When like you were doing nails.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did know that one.
It's like, it's the same idea, like cotton balls, velvet, towels, fucking.
I just feel like Q-tips wouldn't be as effective if they were wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are my things. That's it.
That was great.
Good. Did you learn something cool today?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. In argument of like people eating anglerfish, I mean, like also who looked at a puffer fish and was like, I'm gonna put that in my mouth.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is too is like whatever you grow up eating kind of just is normal for you.
Yeah.
But where I grew up, especially like my dad was really weird about fish, and so he was weird about fish and mushrooms. So
Really?
Yeah, because one time he bought mushrooms and then worms came out of them. And so then he never ate mushrooms again.
Try doing that with fucking Brussels sprouts, man.
That did happen to you and I haven't really been able to eat a Brussels sprout since.
And the thing about Brussels sprouts is like they're pretty fucking impossible to clean thoroughly.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. So.
I haven't eaten a Brussels sprout at home since then. I will say that.
There was a big old slug in my parsley the one time too.
Oh my gosh.
It was fine though.
Yeah, bugs don't really bug you that much.
It depends on like the thing, but like slugs and snails and like that, worms, like that stuff doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, worms are like not like cutie little worms, but like worms in my food. Mm-mm.
Just like stuff in my food in general doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I just kind of remove it and carry on. I'm that person. Unless it's like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like your fucking hamburger situation.
Flies.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like I'm eating their wings.
Gross.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not just like their meaty body. It's like I'm eating their fucking legs and wings.
Well, chicken wings. Same but different.
Same
But different.
There's no meat on a fruit fly wing.
How do you know?
They're see-through.
So a skin.
It's like a spider web.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
It's devolved.
That's that. This is the season ender.
Yeah. So
you're
enjoy. We'll leave you with that for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you in 6 weeks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.